Hey guys, HuShang here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 lesson. In today's video, we have a Terran vs Terran match. This is also a qualifier of the Dreamhack Masters 2020. And we have in the blue, Epic, who's playing for Storm Gaming. And Masa, I'm not actually sure what AX is, what team that is. But yeah, Masa, very, very strong pro gamer. I'm not sure he's playing full-time right now, but in the past he's definitely done quite well in the North American tournaments. And Epic is, I wouldn't say he's a newcomer. He's been in WCS for quite a few seasons now, I think. But definitely not as prolific as Masa. And looks like he's starting off with a classic NA strat, the Proxy 2 Rex Reaper. Now, he did the first Rex on 14, I believe, and the second one on 15, so this isn't as all-in as some other Proxy 2 Rexes. You can go really, really all-in if you want, going double 14 Proxy Rex. So this is going to be a little bit less committed, just trying to do some eco damage, and then maybe transition into a factory of sorts, I believe. Now, Masa did not do a scout, actually. So we'll have to see what he's doing. It looks like he's doing a 1 Rex expand, so this could be pretty bad for him actually, unless he scouts for this. But normally you want to do a pretty early scout on 17, I would say, so you can see if they're doing this sort of strategy, but he did not do that. And maybe this is something that Epic knows that Masa likes to cut a corner on. So 2 Reapers on the way. I think when I saw Innovation do this style of Reaper proxy, he did like 3 Reapers and then he got a factory. So we'll see if Epic wants to do something similar, or if he's going to continue making Reapers. Okay, Masa does scout this. He's going to have to cancel that reactor and make a Marine. Honestly, already I think he's in a ton of trouble. He has a really late factory compared to if he was doing a 2 gas opening. And yeah, Epic already has 2 Reapers to the 1. He's target firing that right now. Snipes the bunker. You do have to attack move each time you want to target that Reaper, so not the easiest thing in the world. Nice eBay block. Actually, that's sick. Does get 1 Reaper for the trouble. There's still 2 Reapers for Alex though, and another one goes down. He does need to do quite a bit of damage here though. He's still down about 5 SCV. So this isn't quite enough yet, I don't think. Hellion's on the way out. This might actually be held already. I'm not sure this was good enough, to be honest. I think realistically, Epic wanted more damage than that. He's down in the tech. Oh, let me turn off my Discord. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think he's still down. I think he needs more damage, but I don't think he can get it with these with the double Hellion out at this moment. So he's going to have to play from behind. I suppose he does have the command center lead, but it's not too huge. Masa should be able to get that in just a second. And Epic is going to have to go for a Cyclone here, I believe, because the possibility of a Liberator is really, really powerful, which might be something that Masa wants to go for. Actually, he's starting to medevac. So he's going to want to boost into the main, drop those Hellions in, see what he can get done. It makes a lot of sense. Normally, if you open Hellion, it's a little bit difficult to get damage at the front, especially when you know that your opponent is going to be turtling up pretty hard on 1 base. So not too much room for those Hellions to be useful. So getting a medevac here to make use of those Hellions he made just to defend makes a lot of sense. Getting his own Cyclone behind this. And Epic actually going for a Viking. Kind of interesting. Maybe he doesn't feel like he has enough gas to go straight into Raven, or maybe trying to over-defend if it was a Banshee or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. My Terran knowledge is definitely a little more limited than my protoss matchups. So we'll be learning together here, for sure. So Alex did see the tech lab, so he knows it's going to be Raven or Banshee. So it's going to be a Raven. We might see a scan to confirm that. Or he might just go into Raven and play it pretty safe. He actually got 2 Cyclones. Interesting. So here comes the Hellion drop. The Cyclones are actually not in position, so this might get unloaded without Epic noticing. Actually, this is probably going to get a lot of SCVs killed here. 2 so far, I think. 3? Actually, really shut that down hard. So, probably not what Masa wanted, but at the same time, those Hellions, again, were going to be pretty useless, so maybe it's fine. And Epic is actually up 7 SCVs. I'm not sure how he got so far ahead, to be honest, because I didn't think his harass did that much, but I guess the earlier CC and just maybe Masa playing it a little extra safe has actually put Alex pretty far ahead, I would say. Okay, a couple Cyclones, couple Reapers coming in, kind of a ragtag group here. Maybe they can pick off some units. But the tank is sieged up, so he's not going to be able to kill him or anything. Picks off a Cyclone. Let's see. So he's actually going into a really fast barracks production here, which is something I like to do personally. Really fast stim. He's not making a bunch of Vikings, which is pretty common when I've watched some other Koreans and European players. So this is quite a bit more aggressive, which is definitely Alex's style. And Masa, yeah, Masa's going much more traditional TVT style. So he's swapped over his starport to the reactor and he's cranking out Vikings, which I think is a very strong style. It's much more solid, I think. It's probably the correct way to play, but you definitely can't be doing a lot with this style. You're very passive usually, unless your opponent is doing the exact same thing. So we should see Epic being the aggressor here. He does have a much faster 1-1 upgrade on the way. And he's also got his 3rd CC down and landed. So he's going to have a little more econ, which is going to let him have a bit more of a ground army, a bit more marine presence. So we'll see what he can get done with that. But the longer Masa is able to build up his comp and get the endgame comp he wants, the better it's going to be for him. Sneaky little Cyclones here, picking off a tank. Pretty nice win, actually. Every tank here is going to be really, really important for Masa if he wants to hold these big marine pushes. And he's actually moving out here, which is actually just a mistake. Maybe he'll back up, but I don't think he realizes how committed Alex is to stim here. So this might just end the game, actually. This is kind of devastating. Picks off 1 tank. He does get the other tank, but these Vikings are doing a lot of damage. He didn't quite have enough Marines. This might open up some avenues for attack, though, because without that many tanks, he's going to be spread pretty thin over the next couple minutes. So maybe Epic can go for some sort of Doom drop or fake a Doom drop and then come to the front. Okay, he splits off 1 drop. You can see Masa's army here is really good in a frontal engagement, but the problem is that if you do some sort of drop or you fake a drop and bring the Vikings over here and then you kill the tank, then it's really easy to fall apart. That's probably part of the reason he's getting a sensor tower here. So Epic comes around, he finds an angle on this gas. And this is just a huge problem in TVT is you can't go into siege tanks. So at this point, Epic basically has this locked down. There's not too much that Masa can do, honestly. So he's just going to have to take it here. He might even want to just move his CC to the other 3rd. He definitely can't let the CC die. Okay, yeah. Going to repair it. Pick it up. I think he's just going to move it, honestly, because there's not too much you can do to engage these tanks, I don't believe. Okay, Epic actually decides to pull back, maybe out of scans. I don't think he had to do that, to be honest. But playing it safe. He's got a 2nd factory down, pumping out Marines, pumping out tanks. Still getting medevacs, which I love. Not committing to that late game Terran versus Terran at all. Gonna be constant aggression here from Epic. 2-2 on the way for Epic. Is this still 1-1? Okay, he does have 1-1. Masa does have 1-1, but his 2-2 is not yet started, so there might actually be a really nice window here where Epic has 2-2. He's actually coming in right now, seeing that the tanks are unsieged. He needs to split up these Marines. Nice micro. Completely destroying him. Clean game, honestly. Started with classic NA strat. Proxy 2 Rex Reaper, and ended with some crazy aggression. I love it. Alright, welcome to game number 2 between Masa, the red Terran, playing for AX. Still not sure what team that is. Probably look it up for game 3. And Epic, playing for Storm Gaming. So a clash of two titans. Let's see what they do this game. I think this is also a pretty open map. Especially if you break down these rocks to the third base locations. This base is also pretty open. So we might see a similar mid game from Epic. I'm not sure if Masa also likes to play that style or if he's usually playing a pretty defensive TVT, but I think this map also favors that really heavy Marine style. Looks like both of these players are opening up with double gas. So we should see this transition into a fairly fast factory. And then players can either choose to get a starport as well and commit to pretty heavy aggression. Or you can go for a pretty quick CC and pull off gas. So we'll have to see which route these players are going to take here. Epic going for a little bit of a later factory. He might have actually just forgot that, I think. I'm not sure what happened there, but his factory is about 6-7 seconds later. Oh, I think his depot is much faster. That's what it is. I wonder if that's ideal. It doesn't seem like Masa is getting supply blocked at all. Okay, SCV coming out to tank some Reaper shots. Reaper behind. This might allow Epic to get a Reaper kill. Oh, the Reaper Mass actually going to look for proxies, I think. So Epic's Reaper sneaks in here, snags himself an SCV, and it looks like he should be able to get out. Maybe Masa can trap him here, actually. Throws a grenade. Oh, and Epic actually goes the other way. Runs into another Reaper of Masa, gets taken out. Nice little win from Masa. I think he'd trade that SCV building the CC any day. Hellion coming out. Starport going down for Masa. And actually, Epic has the later C. Epic just has everything later. I'm not really sure why. 2 Reaper, 2 Hellion. Yeah, I don't think he has anything more than Masa. So maybe just some macro mistakes here. Or maybe I'm just missing something. But okay, Masa comes in here. Tries to get a Reaper kill, but good micro from Epic. Doesn't get anything done. He's going to have to pull back. Behind this, we see a tech lab going down for a factory. We see a tech lab going down for the starport. So this looks like it's just going to be a really standard Raven tank from Masa. And on the other side, Epic also going for a Cyclone. Just to play it safe in case anybody goes for Liberators or early harass, Banshees. Pretty normal stuff. Okay, so we have a mine coming out for Epic. So this is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what kind of build this is, but I'm curious. Maybe some sort of just Widow Mine drop, possibly. I think there's a lot of ways you could go about this. This might just be a defensive Widow Mine into a tank, and then maybe the medevac picks up the Reaper Hellion. I think that's the case, actually. He's only making 1 Widow Mine. So we'll have to see what this is for. Oh, Marine's a little bit out of position, trying to guard the cliff. Probably a little bit of a better trade there for Masa, but not too big of a deal for sure. Oh, he's actually picking up the Widow Mines and the Marines. Interesting. Kind of a cool build. I haven't seen this one before. Although my Terran knowledge is pretty limited for sure. So maybe this is a popular build for all I know. And looks like Epic's going to transition back into a pretty normal TVT, grabbing his third base, going for a Raven. What are these units doing over here? Trying to find the medevac, I think, actually. But not the direction that Epic is going. Although Masa did have some Marines over here to defend as well, so it doesn't look like this is going to get too much done. Yeah, actually completely shut down. Not even sure he killed a Marine there. Absolute slaughter. So definitely not working out how Epic wanted it to. So I believe this puts him behind, let's see, he has Epic has 1 tank, 1 Raven. Yeah, and Masa's already at 2 tank Raven. So definitely not a great start for Epic, but let's see if he can transition and make some plays. So Masa again going for the very quick Vikings. Now I think this is going to be a lot stronger in this game because he does have this push potential. Let's actually check Masa's vision. So he doesn't know what Epic's doing, but he is moving out with these tanks and Ravens. And generally, if you're going to play these really fast stim styles, then there's a bit of a timing. That might be why Epic is just playing more traditional this game, just because he's a little behind. Not putting down his third yet. He doesn't know he's behind in the army supply. So playing it pretty safe. Locks onto that second tank. He does get it, so that's a big win. Cleaning up both the tanks of Masa. I think this will force Masa to pull back. Epic should be able to secure his third from this point. But it looks like Masa thinks otherwise. He's actually sticking around here. Picks off a unit there. Trying to find some damage. He does need to secure his third fairly soon. Stim's almost complete. He might actually be able to launch a counterattack here. He did get 2 tanks, so he does have the tank lead now, I believe, or at least similar tank counts. Yeah, he's up 1 tank. He's got his third down. 4? 5, okay, 5 racks. Yeah, I was kind of confused. Normally you go 2 racks at a time, like Masa's doing here. Now Masa's tanks are unsieged, but he does see this coming. I think this is going to be fine for Masa. He did react pretty quickly. And yeah, really not growing very well for Epic at all. And having this happen too many times is going to be very problematic going into the middle late game. I also see that Epic forgot one of his upgrades, which is really, really bad in TVT. So kind of unfortunate there. Although his +1 is quite a bit faster, so maybe it won't be that big of a deal after all. But yeah, you would like to have that 2 upgrade lead rather than just the 1 upgrade lead if you're investing that much in early double upgrades. Kind of a random liberator here, getting a couple kills, 3 SCVs. It's okay. It's nothing great. Probably, I don't know. That seems like such a weird move to me. You know your opponent has a ton of Vikings. I guess if they're out on the map and that sneaks in, then maybe it's a little stronger. But in this game, not doing too much there. Okay, Mass is trying to skirt around. This is literally the most annoying thing in TVT. I've raged a couple times when they just siege up here and you don't see them coming. So really, really important that Epic had a Marine over there to spot this. But even still, I think Masa is getting into a pretty nice position here with his units. hitting the gas, hitting some of the SCVs. God, this matchup's so annoying sometimes. So I will be able to deny mining. And honestly, there's not too much you can do in TVT. You literally just have to move your base. Like you can engage into this. So really huge win for Masa. And yeah, this isn't even a situation where you're just getting a little bit behind. Like Epic is really behind now from this position. He's gonna have an extremely hard time making any plays happen. Although this could be nice. Not quite taking advantage of that. And a Marine drop into the main. He's gonna have to bring his Marines over, but it's so difficult. I don't even know if he has enough Marines to match this. Also, his medevacs just flew in. This might just be GG, honestly. I'm not sure if Epic can hold this at all. He actually just pulls all the tanks, tries to break this position, but he's gonna get cleaned up. Okay, he does defend the main drop, so he's not gonna tap out. I think if Epic wasn't able to clean up that Marine drop, then he probably would have GG'd right there. This is gonna be disgusting. There's literally no units here for Epic, and unfortunately for him, this is not a planetary. So this is going to do quite a lot. Ugh. Trying to use his SCVs to buffer a little bit. But of course, this is just one attack of Masa. Over here, he's also got some Vikings coming in. Yeah, so really, really unfortunate game for Epic. His opening just didn't work out at all. Welcome to game number 3. In the top left corner, we have the red Terran, Masa. And in the bottom right, we have Epic playing for Storm Gaming. Now, this is the kind of map where we can turtle. This is hopefully our 40-minute TVT map, because these ramps are really, really hard to come into. Especially if you've got some tanks sieged up here and maybe a sensor tower to let you know they're coming. It's not easy to break. And then even when you get your 4th base, it's pretty easy to secure and defend as well. So we might have ourselves a pretty long TVT. I also think this is a pretty long rush distance map, so we might see 1 Rex expands. It looks like Epic does want to do that. However, Masa's going to be playing something more similar to what we saw last game, with a really fast factory, I believe. I really like these speed zones, or at least I don't hate them like I did the slow zones. They're kind of interesting. Gives you a little bit of micro you can do early on in the game, and kind of speeds up the early game rushes while making the later game more possible as well. Like, you can't really abuse these speed zones as well in the late game. So kind of a cool dynamic. I think it plays out nicely. Okay, factory coming down. He just has a couple SCVs in the gas, so he's going to be transitioning into a much faster CC. Of course, Epic does have the much faster command center, but this is because he's going for a 1-Rex expand. I feel like the 1-Rex expand is probably stronger on this map, but maybe Masa has a specific build in mind. Okay, coming in here with the classic 1 SCV, 1 Reaper. Now, Epic did send his Reaper out, so this might get a little bit awkward. We'll see. He does have a Marine. He actually might be able to chase this Reaper down now. Not too bad at all, actually. There is sometimes a little bit of a timing with 2 Reapers where you can maybe jump up the cliff and get something done. So that's why Epic is maneuvering over here, keeping 1 raiding the bunker, We'll see if Masa can get anything done. Okay, so Masa does win the early fight. But keep in mind that in order to be even, he does need to get a little bit of damage done. So 1 SCV going down, 2 SCVs. I'm not sure if that cuts it. Probably this is acceptable at this point. He's getting quite a bit done. Let's see. 26 SCV for Masa, 26 for Epic. Masa does have a small tech advantage. So probably all things considered it's pretty even. Maybe Masa has actually edged out a very tiny lead, I think. But nothing you can't overcome in the mid game for sure. Okay, Cyclone coming out, Medevac. So there should be some sort of drop type play. I think that was just a Hellion. These are Widow Mines. I think Beyond was someone who liked to play Widow Mine quite a bit in TVT. Definitely gives you a lot of aggressive opportunities out on the map. Very, very safe play here from Epic. I should actually make or remake a TVT guide on this type of opening. I think it's the strongest opening you can be using if you want to be a solid ladder hero. Not too much that can kill you. Very similar stuff from Masa, although he is getting an earlier CC, I think, whereas Epic is going for 2 racks before 3rd CC, which is super weird. I don't think this is good even. but who am I to say? Epic is a way better Terran than I am. I'm not sure if this is definitely something you don't want to be scouted. So the fact that Masa knows this is coming is probably going to be really problematic. I think you just siege up your tanks and don't move out, right? Or maybe you move out really early before stim is done. That might also be strong, actually. Okay, yeah, so he's just going to push this really hard. Interesting. Vikings coming out. Maybe he can siege up over here and hit the buildings even. We'll have to see how he wants to do this, but yeah, investing into stim and extra barracks, this might be hard to hold for Epic, actually. We might find out why this is not a popular strategy. Okay, Medevac coming into the natural. The siege tank is super out of position. He's trying to guard the siege tank position I just talked about by the main. Although Masa did find a little bit of a farther location. Although his Cyclone's gonna get killed. Not really a great place to land. But he does find a nice location. 30 seconds away from stim. I think that's gonna be a key upgrade to hold this. But we might just see Epic go earlier. It's definitely not something you can let go on too long, but you do have the option of moving this starport if you have to. So he targets the tank. Once the tank's down, this isn't as scary. You could just leave this if you wanted. Although another tank does come in for a Masa and a Liberator. So starting to become a position that's going to be incredibly hard to break, actually. He might just want to move this starport. He made medevacs too, which is... Oh my god, the tank couldn't get through. Yeah, he made medevacs, which is not going to allow him to clear this Liberator at all. He's going to have to go for a Doom drop at some point, I think. I'm not actually sure what Epic's supposed to do here. I think the Doom drop is your only option. Oh my god. This base setup really hurting Epic in this game. Yeah, super unfortunate. So he's going to set up a really big concave here with some SCVs. Oh man, he didn't even... He just... Ouch. Just GG'd out. Rough. Okay. Alright, welcome to game number 4 here between Masa, the red Terran player, and Epic, playing as the blue Terran. Now you'd think as a person who's played this game pretty much every day for like 10 years, you'd think I'd know all these map names. But yeah, I have no idea what map, what the map name is here. We're playing on this map though. The one that looks like this. Is this romanticide? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Epic. Oh, this is Masa. Masa going for a proxy Rex. I think this is Reapers. This is something that I've actually been testing out on ladder. See, the thing is, if Epic scouts, he's going to see the racks at a normal time. And so this doesn't look like anything weird until you don't see the second command center. So, could become problematic. The only thing is, Masa's having a little bit of bad luck here, in my opinion. Because Epic is opening up with a much more safe, aggressive type build with a fast factory. So not the build he wanted to be running up against for sure. But maybe he can still catch him off guard. Epic isn't really scouting where he needs to be. We'll see if he goes over here, but I think it's a pretty odd location. He's probably not going to look there. So he's not going to know this is coming, I don't think. So he's got one Reaper. If Epic just runs into this first Reaper, it's going to be extremely problematic because then he's going to have low Reaper health for the main fight. So definitely got to be really, really careful here if you're Epic, although you have no idea that this is coming. Yeah, this might actually be a disaster. If these two Reapers can kill this Reaper, and then he comes in with like 4 Reaper into Epic's main, then yeah, this is going to be really, really trouble. Okay, he doesn't lose his first Reaper, Masa, which is solid. Can he get this Reaper of Epic, though? He does get it. However, I was going to say, if Epic didn't see this command center, he'd really have no idea that this is some sort of crazy aggression, but he does spot that. Epic? No. Loses his Reaper. You know what? Losing that second Reaper is really, really troublesome. Okay, 2 aliens come out. He does get these Reapers pretty low. But Masa... Jesus Christ. What is this? Masa doing a fantastic job of keeping these Reapers alive. He does delay his CC. I think Masa's already done pretty decent with this opening, to be honest. He doesn't need to kill Epic or anything. He just needs to be incredibly annoying. And he has delayed the CC quite a bit. He's got his own CC on the way. And yeah, okay, he does have a Cyclone coming out. Once he gets the Cyclone, I think he's going to be fine. Maybe not, though. I mean, Reapers are really, really hard to kill. Even with a Cyclone, you can kind of jump on them and bounce them with a grenade. We'll see if Epic wants to do that. Or, sorry, if Masa wants to do that. Actually, if he gets a CC even, that's almost game ending for Epic. He does... did he cancel that or did that die? Either way, really, really bad here for Epic. He does push this back, but... I mean, where is this counterplay? Can this drop really do enough damage to justify your CC being, you know, a whole minute behind? I'm not sure. So he does have a Viking Cyclone coming out. This is probably the best thing he could have to deal with his drop. And it looks like he also knows it's coming as well. Oh wow, this Cyclone's actually really low health, so not going to be able to get anything done. And Epic is, or Masa is up 5 SCV. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Where does Epic go from here? He needs to get something done for sure, but he just doesn't have too much potential. He actually made a second medevac. Interesting. Did Masa see that? Okay, he did notice it on the minimap, I believe, because he's moving that in that direction. Although he does still have a cyclone here. Maybe wrong. Okay, sieging up. Can he get enough worker damage here to even up the game? Masa's being super patient. He doesn't really need to break this immediately. He just needs to prevent a lot of damage from coming down. And he might have done that already. He's got a Raven on the way, so once he gets that Raven, he should be able to throw down an auto turret. Alex coming out with another drop. Pretty weird transition, but he is doing what he can to claw his way back into this game. Even just forcing these SUVs to repair is actually really, really nice. So he tries to move his tank forward, but Epic is paying attention. He actually picks off that tank. You know what? This is actually going really, really bad for Masa. Or at least it's starting to look like Epic can get something done, especially with this medevac coming into the main. Target fires that tank. Will he get it though? I don't think so. Okay, not as successful with that drop for sure, but this drop still doing fantastic. Is Epic still behind? I'm not even... I think he might even be winning at this point. Kind of a weird transition, but really working out well. Wonder how much damage this CC has taken. Like 2,000 damage worth? It's been kind of insane. Masa does have the third CC, and Epic is going for something similar to what he did last game with a really early 3 racks. I'm not sure this is all in, but it's definitely really, really committed, so he is going to need to do more damage or possibly end the game with this. I think he's setting up for a Doom drop right now. Trying to group up a little bit outside Masa's vision. And then boost in the main. Oh. Does have enough slots. There's one tank here, but a lot of Masa's army is pretty spread out. I think if Epic scans and drops right on the tank, this could be pretty good. But he drops quite far to the side, so one tank is going to get picked off right away. I mean, he's here, but I'm not sure what he's going to accomplish. He's not really hitting any production or anything. Maybe he can kill the gas, but he doesn't even have vision. Has to scan to get that vision. So yeah, picks up a gas. I think that's all he's going to get done, to be honest. Oh, sorry. Back on the other side, Masa is getting some Raven kills. Combat shield on the way. Oh, no. Oh, really, really brutal there. Gonna get a couple of SCV kills, I guess, but a lot of dead supply for Epic. Supplies are pretty even. Third CC is going down. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely looking a little bit worse here for Epic, I think. Still, though, it's difficult to secure yourself on 3 base and TVT, so it might still be possible for Epic to do something, but Masa has like 6 tanks, I think. He's got quite a few. He should have enough to secure all his bases, I think, especially with the positioning of these Vikings. This is such a pitiful army. Yeah, you know what? This is probably game. We might even see Epic just tap here, honestly. Okay, he's gonna fight it out. Where do you go from here, though? I mean, you just committed a huge drop into the main. It did almost nothing. And then used another army. Also got completely massacred. You're down 6 SCVs. You're up in upgrades, but that's not gonna last very long at all. So, yeah, not really winning on any fronts, to be honest. I guess you have these medevacs, so there's like a little bit of potential to do something, but But it's not a big hope for sure. Maybe he can transition into a super hyper later game and make something happen there. Maybe that's Epic's best hope. Small little drop coming in here from Masa, trying to get up some counter pressure. But back at home, he's like a freaking rock here. 2 sensor towers, seeing everything. He's got tanks in position. He's got all his production up. It's really, really not going to be easy for Epic to get back in this game at all. Especially with this coming in. I don't think he sees this. He just lost his Vikings, so I mean, he probably knows it's coming here. But, yeah, if this sim's in, it should be able to get quite a few SCV kills. 3 going down, 4, 5, 6, Jesus. Yeah, really successful drop here. As Masa, you don't care too much about these Marines or medevacs since you're building up your tank Viking count. Now he's up more than 10 SCVs. He should just be able to power up and cancel Epic's 4th base, I think. Another little drop coming in. Sure, why not? First one was pretty successful. Five medevac doom drop coming in. This is the Wild West on NA. Who needs Vikings? Just doom drop over and over again. I love it. If you're sick of playing stalemate TVT, then maybe this is the strategy for you. There are 3 Vikings over here, but I think they'll only be able to pick off 1 medevac in time. Maybe 2. 1 medevac going down. Yeah, he's not even going to get the second one, so this is actually a pretty nasty setup. Maybe he sieged up a bit too far back, though. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get a ton done here. He is preventing him from coming to this area, so he does have kind of a nice position on the back of the CC here, but yeah, okay, forced to pick up. He could drop on these tanks. He is going to do that. So those are for sure going to die. And I believe he has the Marine lead, plus he has more medevacs. So he can definitely take this fight if he wants. Does come into the tank range. Oh, he's actually going to pick up on these. I don't think he has enough Marines to take these out, but maybe he can kill a tank or 2. Trying to get whatever he can. Was that successful? He definitely got a lot done in the beginning, but losing all his Marines and medevacs. I think he's down quite a bit of supply now. But definitely doing what he needs to get himself back into this game, I think. 2-2 on the way for Epic. However, Masa's 2-2 is just finishing up. It looks like he wants to go for a pretty big timing here as well, which that should line up with quite nicely. But Epic is relentless. Not going to allow Masa to be the aggressor. He's got a drop coming on here into the main. He's got another group over here coming into the natural. And a planetary is 4th. It's not quite done though, so actually it does finish up. Can he hold on here and get some counter damage? Ouch. Lots of things going on. So Masa does break in here. He does have a pretty immobile army though, so if Epic can get some equal damage, these Marines are shooting depots though. A little bit chaotic. Definitely he wants these to maybe be killing SCVs or targeting the CC. He is doing that now. Epic actually is ahead in workers, but it's not clear if he can just break these 4 siege tanks. I feel like he probably needed to get even more damage. He did get a lot here, but it's just that this is going to cost him a ton of resources to break out, In fact, he doesn't even think he can break out, so he's going to tap out. But honestly, a pretty valiant effort from Epic to make this quite close, considering the early game. So interesting games. That was the final game. So Masa is going to move on from this qualifier into the main bracket. But I think Epic has another chance playing what is it called, the wild card qualifier. So maybe we'll be looking at that one in the future. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and I will see you in the next one.